Hi there folks, Borislav247 here with another Days Gone video. And on this video I'm going to show you all how to take out the Lobert Drawridge Horde in a number of unique ways. Because on this video there is no less than 7 different run routes which I'm going to show. Now they all vary in difficulty and they all make use of different parts of the surroundings that you can see while I'm spinning around here. So I'm pretty sure there will be something there for everyone which will allow you to take out this 300 strong horde. Run number 6 in particular, I can't stress enough, is probably the best of the bunch. Now, before I get on to the action, I have to give out a huge thank you to Claire Weaver of Days Gone Podcast for suggesting this fantastic idea to me while we were actually doing a podcast together. So Claire, thank you so much. Thoroughly appreciated, and as you can see, I am going to try and do you proud. So, without any further ado folks, let's get to the action. Right folks, run number 1 is all about using the rail bridge, but before you even consider that, make sure that any of the freakers or screamers or anything along those lines are taken out first, because there is usually always 1 or 2 strays that are going about. Now, for this particular run, it's mainly going to be gunplay, as I'm going to be taking out the horde piece by piece. And when I say that, not all of the horde will engage you immediately, but I start with the grenade, then get to gunplay straight away, especially here as it's basically a nice section where they group up nicely for you. From here, I'm using the time to reload the gun. Now I want a couple of smoke bombs out. This is important, because this really does set them up nicely for you. Gets you a good bit of distance as well. So activate the survival vision. Start taking them out nice and easy here. And from here, really start to think about more in the way of pulse firing as opposed to just going flat out with a gun. Because you really don't need to be going full speed, especially with the Chicago chopper, which is what I'm using now. And as you can see folks, they do get to a stage where they start to go back. They simply get, well, they're either tired or they just get sick of chasing you. But it really works to your benefit because you've not got a huge mass of the freakers coming at you. And you can really just take your time, pick them off. And this, folks, is really as easy as it gets. This is definitely one of the run routes I would recommend if you are not very comfortable with taking out hordes. Now at this point folks, I've taken out most of the horde, so I'm actually going to start moving towards them now to try and pick off the last of them. As you can see, yep, there is still a few left, but their numbers now are very low indeed. And obviously one of the biggest advantages in taking out the horde this way is that you're actually saving on a lot of your supplies. You're not using much at all in the way of explosives. Okay, shouldn't be too many more of these bad boys left, and in fact that was it. That was the last 2. There we go folks, that is run number 1 taken care of. Coming up next, the stealth option. Right folks, run number 2 is all about the stealth option. Now, as always, before attempting any of the runs, I always look to clear whatever might be in the way of enemies. And in this case, it's a reacher. But a few well taken headshots will take care of this bad boy. Now, I can't stress this enough, there are 1 or 2 of the runs that if there are the odd freakers going about, just normal freakers, I will sometimes just leave them because they're going to have no impact whatsoever. But if it's something like a screamer or a reacher, take them out first, because they will give you no end of problems. But right folks, from here I am going to place a remote bomb here, and should I need it, there will be a second one placed there. I don't imagine there'll be too many left by the time I come to using these, but I'm going to make my way all the way up to the top here, so I'm basically right over the horde, and then sit myself right down there, basically ensuring that the horde cannot see me in any way, shape or form. So from here I'll start with a flashbang just to get their attention that something is out there. And then I'm going to follow that up very quickly with an attractor. And from here folks, You probably got a good idea of what's coming. I'm just going to wait until they come out every time and then just start throwing items down at them. Basically starting with the grenades. Because every time the grenade goes off, you will actually see them congregate around where the explosion took place, and it just sets you up nicely to hit them with another. And this really is one of the easiest methods you will ever get for taking out this particular horde. Because you do have enough cover here that they simply are not seeing you. Unless you make the mistake of standing up, but just make sure that you don't. Now I'm going to apply a couple of napalm molotovs. Napalm molotovs generally will take out around 60 freakers every time, give or take. But at this point now, that's overkill there. I could have actually just thrown down a pipe bomb, but there's not many of them left now, so at this point I move over here purposefully because that will ensure that they all come to the area that I am looking for them to go to. And there was only 3 of them left, so that's it. That's as easy as it gets with that particular run option. One I wholeheartedly recommend for anyone who is afraid of the hordes. Okay folks, run number 3 coming right up. Right folks, run number 3, start high, finish high. Basically the name comes from the fact that where I start this run from is roughly where I'm going to be finishing it. But before I do that, I just want to take care of this rogue freaker that is roaming about. And he's a stubborn bugger. Actually made a bit of a meal of that one, but never mind. Basically folks, this run is going to start from a very high position. And the advantages of this particular position are that not only are you going to be catching a lot of the horde in a bottleneck, but you have quite a bit of time before they actually reach you. So it's another one of these runs that really, if you're not very good with the hordes, it's quite a good way to take them out. Now I'm going to start with a napalm molotov. And from here, I'm going to hit them with 1 or 2 grenades. Nice in these sections because it'll do a lot of damage. You should get pretty much a maximum 30 kills every time. Now as I run up to this section, I'm looking to fire another grenade there, as that is a point where they congregate. Now from here, I'm going to double back on myself. Now as you can see folks already, I've taken out well over half the horde. But I'm going to place another few proximity mines here again just to thin them out a touch. And at this point I'm now going to engage in a bit of gunplay. And what I want to actually do here, the idea of this section here, is to actually thin out the horde enough that when I start on gunplay again, that they should be quite easy to take out. And that is exactly how it's gone here folks. As you can see now, I don't need to have absolute constant fire, just really sort of pulse firing, and because they're not attacking me in big groups, they are far easier to take out. From here now, I'm just looking to change the gun, and now I have this fantastic height advantage again, which makes taking out the last of the freakers an easy job indeed. And that's it folks, just about job done. Nice. There we go. Okay, run number 4 coming up next, folks. Right then, folks. Run number 4 is all about using the carriages. Now, anyone that's maybe seen one of my speed runs on this particular horde will know exactly how I go about using these carriages. As you can use them to devastating effect. You can get a lot of throwables down onto the horde long before they manage to get anywhere near you. And then you have the added bonus that you can come off one of these carriages very quickly and set yourself up for the next attack. And this is how this is basically going to play out folks. So I'm just looking to get on up here. I'm going to get a couple of attractors out there, follow them up with a couple of grenades, and then I'm going to look to hit them hard with napalm molotovs. Napalm molotovs, as I've said before, will generally take up round about 60 freakers, as long as you have them in quite a tight bunch. You'll see the bar at the top there start to go down very quickly when you start using the napalm Molotovs. But as you can see already, folks, this Horde is seriously depleted. And again, just a little bit of control here over the Horde by putting the attractor down there first. Using the gun just to quite literally make sure none of them are getting up to give me any bother. And the last part of this is just basically setting out another attractor bomb, and then I'm going to hit them hard while that attractor bomb is basically congregating them. And that's it, just about done, folks. Not quite as fast as my speed run, but just making sure that I get the job done reasonably cleanly. And there we go. That's that one taken care of, folks. On to run number 5. Right then, folks, run number 5, the fight above the tunnel. Pretty much exactly what the title suggests it's going to be. I'm basically going to engage the Horde, look to do a bit of damage on the ground level before basically using the path that leads up to the top of the bridge. And in doing so, in taking that way up there, absolutely slaughter them with gunplay, because you have the height advantage. They are having to climb on a number of occasions, and basically you can use this to your advantage. But I'm going to start with a napalm Molotov right from the off, and then a proximity bomb there, followed by another. Just looking to get the numbers down a wee touch before basically getting to the run up. And you will basically take out 20 freakers every time, roughly, with what I'm using here right now. So I've done a good bit of damage there. Pretty much about half the Horde's already taken care of. Now this is when I'm going to hit them hard with the gunplay. Once I'm up here, just let rip. It's a nice area to hit them with, because basically you have quite a lot of time before they do get up to you. And then you still have time to get your gun reloaded, get over the next section, and then again, just lay into them. Now, I'm very aware that I'm likely to be getting an attack at some point from behind, because they do come up to this section from both directions. But because I've already taken so much of the Horde out before even attempting to come up here, it actually works out quite nicely when you can take out virtually all of them in one direction and then concentrate on the other. And really now it's just a clean-up job. Yep, even making sure that bloody sod that tried to jump off the bridge, it wasn't happening. And it's just about done, folks. Yep, 2 more remaining. As usual, there always seems to be one that gets stuck. And there it is. And that's it, folks. Job done with that particular run route. Okay, folks, on to run number 6 now. And it's a no shots fired run, folks. But I assure you, you'll never have seen a no shots fired on this particular Horde done in this particular way. Just watch and learn. Right then, folks, on to run number 6, and this is a no shots fired run. Now, I can't possibly mention a no shots fired run without mentioning the creator of the concept to start with, and that is, of course, the guru himself, Sponicus Rex. Now, this man has 2 very famous videos taking out 2 of the largest Hordes in the entire game, basically the Sawmill Horde and the Iron Butte Horde, and I'm hoping after he sees this that he will be suitably impressed, because this is possibly one of the best no shots fired runs I've ever come up with. I think a lot of people will start using it after seeing it because of just how effective it is, and not only that, but how safe this run is. Honestly, folks, a 300 strong Horde, and they are never going to get anywhere fucking near me. And here is why. The starting location. If you are on an area where you are struggling to climb up onto it yourself, the freakers 9 times out of 10 will have the same problem. And here's where it all goes down. I start with a flashbang, followed by an attractor, Now I'm going to hit them with the first grenade. And here they come. They know exactly where I am, but they follow a very specific route. Because I am at height, they will not even go around this area, they will try and climb every time. And this is where you fucking hit them where it hurts. They are congregating so nicely there, they are just setting up beautifully for the napalm Molotovs. You will get one or two stragglers that manage to get away and start to head up around, trying to get to your position. That's what all the explosives are for up there. Good night. Now I move position. This immediately moves the Horde, so they are coming for me up this way. And there's virtually none of them left. It's just one attractor bomb and one pipe bomb for good measure, because that last one there probably wouldn't reach the attractor bomb in time. And that's it, folks. That is how good a run that no shots fired run is. It's safe, it's quick, it's clean. And they're done. Right then, folks, just one more run left to show, and it's the craziest run of the lot. Anybody who's seen any of my previous videos may have a good idea of what's coming. So, without any further ado, let's get on to run number 7. Right then, folks, run number 7 is up close and personal, and I'm pretty sure you'll all have a good idea of what's coming now, because that is an auto shotgun in my hand, and this entire Horde is getting it with that one weapon. I'll basically let this one play out, folks, so there won't be too much in the way of commentary. Here we go. And there we have it, folks. That is the Lobert Drawridge Horde taken out entirely with an auto shotgun. And that is the end of the video, folks. All I can say is I hope I've given you all some good ideas, given you potentially some really good methods of taking out this horde, especially with one or two of these runs that are very easy to execute. So there's something there for everybody, folks. As always, thank you very much for watching the video, and I hope you all enjoyed it.